Hey there, leaders. I just want to thank you again for serving on our Webster Student Ministries New Orleans trip. Really excited. I wanted to go through just a few things with you guys pertaining to the trip that's specifically for you leaders. Hopefully, this will give you a better understanding of what to expect on the trip and also just some of your own responsibilities for the trip. So let's start with responsibilities and just some expectations for leaders. You guys are really meant to be shepherds for this trip. Shepherds, both in the sense of being mindful of the spiritual needs of the students that are coming on the trip, but also shepherds in the sense of protecting the young ones that are going to be with us. New Orleans is known for its craziness and at times its danger. But the times I've been, this will be my my third time taking a team. And I know Orlando has spent time in New Orleans with Mission Lab, the same group. So we've never run into any issues that would concern us from wanting to bring a team. But the reality is it's a very dangerous place, and we need to be on guard and alert to what's going on. So what that means is we need to be able to know where the kids are. We need to know that, okay, we should have one leader per 2 to 3 kids. Identify who your two are as a leader when you're on a mission site and keep your eyes on them, and then trust the other leaders, but also coordinate with the other leaders for their 2s or their 3. Thankfully, our numbers are looking like that, where the 2 mission teams we're splitting into, which I'll talk about in just a moment. There should be like a two students to 1 leader ratio, which is excellent for a trip like this. And so just remember, you're a shepherd. You as one person are going to, on a mission site, have 2 to 3 students that you're directly responsible for and keeping an eye on. Also, as a shepherd, you're going to be monitoring behavior. It's important that the students know, which I've sent them a video as well about their behavior. They need to know that they need to be on their best behavior, marked by the fruits of the Spirit and Jesus increasing and them decreasing. Because if they're not behaving and they're causing trouble, they're putting themselves and others at risk. And so you, as a shepherd leader, are going to need to enforce the rules, which are basically very simple. Just kids know running away, separating from the group, listening to the leaders, and just all the things that make for a good trip. Monitoring good behavior. And so keeping those rules in front of them and shepherding them in them, and also upholding a 3-strike policy. With the 3-strike policy, I just ask you to not be overzealous with it. Sometimes kids can be a little crazy and they'll calm down just a second, but we don't want to always just threaten them. Come strike 1. We don't want to be like that, but we do want to give strikes when it's absolutely appropriate. So the behavior that you're trying to shepherd means you're going to uphold the 3-strike policy with the kids. And of course, contact me when a student has lost a strike. And I would also just say, Orlando is one team leader. I'm the other team leader. If you're with your 2 students and you're trying to uphold your strike policy, please double check with me before issuing a strike, just to say, hey, I'm going to give this student a strike. I've threatened them with the strike. So just so that I'm able and Orlando is able to provide some oversight with that. Okay, that's that shepherd aspect. Okay, the next aspect that we need to cover is what it's going to look like. I mentioned just a moment ago, we have 2 teams set up. The first team is called Team New Life. That's going to consist of our older kids primarily. There will be a few younger kids on that, but that's mostly high schoolers and these older middle schoolers. I'm leading that team. And then our other team is called Team Gardens. And that team is led by Orlando. And that's consisting of some of our younger students. I will say there is going to be one high schooler. Kaylee's going to be, or excuse me, Campbell's going to be on that team. And I split the Bonners up with some of the Summit kids, and also I've put Jillian on that team because she knows some of them, and so that team is going to have a more simpler, safer task, or safer tasks. So Team New Life, older kids, Team Gardens, younger kids, with the exception of Campbell and Jillian, and Orlando's leading that team. I'm leading the older team. Not only are we going to split teams, we've also are splitting bunks. There are 4 rooms for girls in the girls' dorm and 4 rooms for guys in the guys' dorm. We already have a rough draft of the room and board situation where what kids are in what room, what leaders are in which room. Claire and I have tried to take some really good things into account for that, such as personalities and what kids feed other kids and what leaders are good with those kids, all that. I will email you the rough draft of the room assignments with this video, and I will email you the rough draft of the mission teams with this video. So with that said, some of the things we're going to be doing some gardening, which requires rakes and shovels and all that. I'm double checking with some of the ministry site contacts that we have there. I've already spoken to a few of them. Some are still needing to call me back, but to my knowledge, we may not have to take very many tools with us, which is awesome. But if that changes, I will contact you guys as soon as I can to see if there are any tools that you might be able to bring with us. The van drivers for this trip are going to be me with the big van, and then Brent Rayner is going to be the main driver of our other 15-passenger van. Backup drivers will be for Brent's van. It will be Orlando as a backup driver, and I can't remember who my backup driver is right now, but we have a backup driver for my van. Also, Philip Gamble is driving his own personal vehicle with a U-Haul in the back for luggage and anything else we might need. We're going to have primarily kids in the vans, and I'm going to set up and create a van assignment for the trip down and the trip back so that we take some of those behavioral things into consideration, because you put some certain kids with other kids and they just feed off each other, and we just don't want to do that, because I want to keep my sanity and I think you need to keep your sanity as well. Please be in prayer for our trip. This will not be the last email or message you receive leading up to the trip. If you have any questions, please email me or text me. I will be out of town from the 10th tomorrow onward until the 17th. So just take that in consideration. I won't be answering stuff, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for coming. I love you guys. Sorry this is a longer video, but praise God. Bye.